Hello, we're back. Today we're going to write equations in standard form. It is the third of the three forms of lines that we're going to learn. The first one, remember, was slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b. The second one we learned was point-slope, y minus y1 equals a slope, x minus x1. And now the third, standard form, is when you have ax plus by equals c. We've seen this form before graphing when we found our intercepts for x and y. Remember when we used to set y equal to 0 and solve for x, and then x equal to 0 and solve for y. So what's cool about these equations is you can go back and forth from each one. So today we're just going to focus on learning the standard form. Now, what is standard form? Well, first of all, a, b, and c cannot be a fraction or a decimal, and a and b cannot be equal to 0. Well, that seems logical. So what does it take to not get a fraction? Well, usually slope is written in a fraction, so the first step that we'll do, and I'm not sure I'm going to use all 4 of these steps, but I'm going to clear my fractions. Very similar to when we learned solving equations and we cleared our fractions first. Then you notice what's different from standard form and slope-intercept form is that in slope-intercept form the x is on the slope with the x is on the right side, but in standard form it's on the left side. So that's what comes next. Okay? Move the x term to the left side. Let's try some. Ready? Okay. Rewrite the equation y equals 2x plus 4 in standard form. Okay, well first we don't have any fractions here, so that makes it nice to start off with. Next, we're going to take this, move it over there. Now when we move it, remember, we're really doing the inverse, or subtracting it since it is positive, which leaves us with negative 2x plus y equals 4. Now in some cases they like the x term to be positive, but we're going to let you leave it negative for these examples today. And how would you get that positive? Well, think about it. Yep, you'd have to multiply everything by a negative. Okay, here's some more. You go ahead and try this one. Hey, did you end up with 5x plus y equals negative 10? Good job. Now remember, if you had wanted to graph this in using your intercepts, remember we set y equal to 0, meaning it's not there. So you say, what times 5 gives me negative 10? Oh, think. It's negative 2. Then we set the x equal to 0 and say, oh, it's right there. Y equals negative 10. So we'd put a point on negative 10 on the y-axis, point on negative 2 on the x-axis, and draw our line. We've done that before. Okay, let's clear our fractions. Our fraction here is 2. So times 2 times 2 times 2. So that gives me 2y equals, those 2's are going to cross off, 1x minus 2. Now I'm going to move my x term over to that side by subtracting it. I get negative 1x plus 2y equals negative 2. You try that now. multiplied everything by 3, and then we would have 3y equals negative 1x plus 2. Then we move the x term over. It's a negative, so it'll become positive when you move it to the opposite side. So 1x plus 3y equals 2. Nice job. Okay, this one looks a little different here. Let me zoom in. Guess that's it. Y equals 1/3 x minus 1/4. Well, I can't just multiply by 3 or 4. I'm going to have to multiply by what? Did you say 12? Good job. Times 12, times 12, times 12. So 12y equals, 3 goes into 12 4 times. And likewise, 4 goes into 12 3 times. Last step, move the x term over, so that gives me negative 4x plus 12y equals negative 3. Great job. Let's try another one like that. Okay, now this one, we have 3 different denominators. Sorry, trying not to make it too blurry. Alright, by now you've probably thought of 8. 8, 8, 8. Alright, clearing the fractions. Now this is not 32, remember, you're going 8 times 1 divided by 4. Or, thinking, 4 goes into 8, negative 2 times. Then that says, oh, well those 8s will just cancel. Negative 5x. And finally, 3 times 8 divided by 2, 12. Do my last step, move the x term over, and I've got 5x. It's positive now because it was negative. Oops, I should have put just negative minus 2y equals 12. Good job. Okay, now, this next one, oh, this is in point slope form. We're going to have to use the other 2 steps that we didn't use above. Let me fill them in down here. First step, distribute. Next step, simplify. Then move the x term over. Sorry, do that a little longer. Okay, this is what I mean. First step, distribute. I think we did this once before in the other videos. 3 times. Sorry. Next step, simplify. By simplify I mean you may need to move this over to here. So y equals 3x plus 19. Oh, well that's slope-intercept form. However, we're still working in standard form, so we're going to do the last step, move the x term over. Instead of positive 3, it's going to become negative 3x plus y equals 19. It's not too bad. In this case, we didn't have any fractions to clear, so that was nice. Now, the challenge one down here, well, I didn't leave you too much room. So I'm going to say let's do that together in class. I'm going to stop the video and come back again. Thanks.